Okay, let's dive right in. Imagine, imagine a language where the actual shapes, the sounds of letters, they're linked to nature itself.
Yeah, not just abstract symbol.
Exactly. Like, what if the letter T actually feels a bit like a tree? Or
Well,
F sounds like, well, something falling.
that's pretty much the core idea in this document we're looking at, the Natural Coding Language System -4.pdf.
Right.
It proposes exactly that, a language built from observing nature.
Right. And our goal here for you listening is to really get into the heart of this proposed system. Why does the source think this matters? For us, for AI maybe.
It's definitely ambitious.
It seems like it's more than just words. It's presented as a different way to think about communication altogether.
Well, the vision described in the source, it's about making language intuitive, maybe even universal, because it's grounded in things we all experience in nature.
Okay.
And yeah, there's a suggestion it could help AI understand meaning differently, moving beyond, the way they process language now with tokens.
So how does it work? According to the source, I mean, let's take their examples. The letter T.
Right. T.
The source connects it visually to a tree. You've got the vertical line, like a trunk,
Uh-huh.
and the horizontal one, maybe like branches, is a visual echo.
And it's not just the look. The document talks about sound, too. Like the sound, yeah, suggesting it mimics the sound of, say, tree branches breaking. So you have the visual and the auditory link.
Okay, that's interesting. And the source even suggests the word tree itself might come from this natural link.
That's what's proposed, yeah, that the word emerged from seeing the shape and hearing the related sound in nature. It connects the form, the sound, and the concept right back to the source, supposedly.
Wow, okay, so that's two. What about the next example? They link E and F to an apple falling. That seems specific.
It does, but it illustrates the principle. The source describes the shape of E as sort of mapping the fall.
Mapping it how?
Well, the top line of the E could be the high branch the apple starts on. The middle line, maybe another branch it hits on the way down.
Ah, and that's where F comes in, the sound.
Exactly. The impact on that middle branch, the source, links that to the F sound, like a brief interaction or friction.
And the bottom line of the E.
That's the ground, the end of the journey.
Huh.
And they even connect the F sound, especially if you repeat it like F, F, to leaves rustling. Another sound associated with falling through trees.
So the E shows the path, and the F sound represents things happening during that path. Contact, sound.
Precisely. The source is proposing that combining the E shape, which maps a process, with the F sound, representing interaction, encodes the whole experience of falling through branches right into the letters.
It's quite a concept, tying shapes, sounds, and physical events together like that.
And the argument in the document is that this makes language learning feel natural, maybe even fun, universal, potentially, because it's based on these shared natural observations we all have access to.
Okay, so stepping back a bit. The big idea, from this source anyway, is rooting language, the very shapes and sounds in these common experiences of the natural world.
That's the core of it. And the potential they see, well, it's pretty broad. They suggest this could help bridge the gap between how humans understand things and how AI might learn to.
Like AI thinking more like us, instead of just processing tokens.
That's the hope expressed in the document, yes. Offering a different foundation, maybe, built from these natural codes.
And for people, the source suggests it could make learning languages feel different, more connected.
More engaging, perhaps.
Mm.
Less abstract memorization, more connecting symbols to tangible reality, making it accessible across cultures.
Now, just to be clear, this deep dive, everything we've talked about, it's all drawn directly from that one source document we mentioned.
Absolutely. We're just presenting the concepts as they're laid out in that specific text, not adding our own judgments here.
Right. We've only really touched on the ideas presented there, so here's something to think about. If our language, the letters, the sounds we use constantly, really did grow directly out of the shapes and sounds of nature a tree's form, leaves rustling, how might that change the way you actually see the world around you? And maybe even how you grasp the meaning behind what we say to each other?